presidents acknowledged the importance of bilateral cooperation in fostering regional development and stability.
In the joint communique that's going to be issued later on making sure that trade between our two countries is unimpeded either by tariff or non-tariff barriers or levies that are arbitrarily levied. We've agreed that the common principle will be the full implementation of the EAC customs and other infrastructure that support trade between East African countries. And therefore, all the issues around rice and juice and furniture and eggs and chicken and sugar and all the other issues are now resolved. We have also agreed that we will now explore jointly the extension of the pipeline from Eldoret to Kampala that will form the conversation in the next joint ministerial committee. We have also agreed to synergize matters on environment to see how we can build our restoration of degraded wetlands and fragile ecosystems, including our water towers that is currently being undertaken in Kenya, including the planting of 15 billion trees, to see how that can be synergized with what is the environmental program that is going on in Uganda.
In the case of East Africa, because you may say, if you wanted economic integration and you created COMESA, why did you then revive the East African community? We revived the East African community because it has got an agenda which is further than mere economic integration. If you read Article 5 of our treaty, it says, ultimately, we shall create a political federation. So therefore, for the EAC, our ultimate target is one authority, one government for East Africa. And the logic for it is that while you may handle economic prosperity with just mere economic integration, which is also not easy, because when you are different countries, you can see how long it takes. It would be, even for economic integration, it would be better if we were one country. But at least you can try. But with strategic security, you cannot handle it by merely being in an economic community. The only way you can do it is through political integration. Now, this is where so this is the second mission, political integration, historical mission, on top of the one of prosperity. Then, and in order to support the number two, there's the question of undugu.
The Minister of State for Finance, Lugolobi, says the Uganda Bureau of Statistics has managed to enumerate 60% of the targeted households in the days of National Population and Housing Census. While addressing the media at Uganda Media Center in Kampala, Minister Lugolobi urged those households not yet counted to be patient and wait for the enumerators, and he says he believes those not yet enumerated will be finished in the 4 days left for census.
I wish to report that these have since been resolved and the enumeration is moving on smoothly across the country. By the end of the 6th day of the enumeration, which was yesterday, 60.2% of the targeted households had been covered, meaning that we have about 40% of the households to be covered in the remaining 4 days. On the issue of training allowances, which was one of the biggest complaints at the beginning, payments for 63 districts have been effected for districts that shared the names of their enumerators and have been uploaded on the recruitment portal. All have received their money directly on their mobile phones as provided. The local governments that are yet to submit the names and details of the enumerators and the supervisors have been asked to do so immediately to enable the Bureau to process those training allowances. Each enumerator will receive 50,000 shillings per day, while a parish supervisor will receive 60,000 shillings per day for 10 days of work, translating to a total of 500,000 shillings for each enumerator and 600,000 shillings for each parish supervisor upon successful completion of the enumeration exercise. The enumerator guides who are LC chairpersons or their designate will be paid according to the rates prescribed for a given area, for each given area. All allowances will be paid through e-cash system directly on the mobile telephone number provided. Thank you so much,
Honorable Minister. We'll now go to your question.
Parliament has passed the 100 shilling tax on diesel and 100 shilling tax on petrol, the 0.5% withdrawal charge on payment services, and the tax imposed on cement in the Excise Duty Amendment Bill 2024. During a sitting of a committee of a whole house, the Speaker of Parliament said the 300 shillings tax on kerosene has not been considered since it affects an average person. We have more details.
Parliament has sat to consider amendments in the Excise Duty Amendment Bill 2024 during the second reading. The Minister for Finance in charge of general duties, Henry Musasizi, introduced the bill to the House and explained its intentions. Debating the bill at the committee stage of the whole House, Chairperson Speaker Anita Among read amendments in the first and second clauses, which MPs agreed with, but the amendments in Clause 3 of the bill caused a lot of debate. Member of Parliament, Kira Municipality, Semuji Ibrahim Nganda, proposed not to impose the tax on cement, 100 shillings on petrol and 100 shillings on diesel. MP Kabula County, Honorable Asimwe, said deleting these amendments without providing an alternative will not work.
Delete H, all of it. No 100 shilling on petroleum, 100 on diesel, and then the whole of kerosene should go away.
Minister of Finance alternate, don't you think it would be prudent or procedurally right that when you say we delete, for example, the withdrawal charge, the 5% withdrawal charge, which we anticipate the government is going to collect 100 billion, Don't you think it's also procedurally right that you bring an alternative where government can collect this 100 billion to cover the gap that you'd want to be deleted?
However, the Speaker, although supported the issue of alternatives, cautioned members against debating in anticipation. Nsereko Mohammed, Member of Parliament Kampala, said it is not that Ugandans do not want to pay taxes, but want to see what their money on taxes is being used for. Other members reacted to this tax on petrol and diesel.
Give Ugandans a commitment that all the money that we want to increase on the fuel levy will be directed to a fund that shall not be subject to these other hands.
You see, we are having this increment go on the fuel, diesel, and the petroleum, petrol. But the suggestion he brought that the impact that our voters want to feel is that we should be able to ring fence and put this in our infrastructure. That's a positive suggestion for me.
People are not saying they don't want to pay the tax, yes, but tax has to have a limit. And the more tax you impose, it has a negative effect.
You see, what if you want some increment? Supposing we look at 10 shillings to maximum 50 shillings. And this will be a win-win situation.
Speaker Anita Monk, however, said the increment on kerosene of 300 shillings be scrapped.
Down there, and since we removed the REA, and REA has failed, electricity has failed to reach to the villages, we are removing kerosene. It affects the local person.
Despite the debate, the tax increment on diesel and petrol plus that of cement were passed.
A question that Kilo 3 be recommitted as proposed by Honorable Semuju. Those in favor say on the contrary, nay. The nays have it.
Another tax that brought a lot of debate in Clause 3 of this bill is the 0.5% charge on withdrawals from payment services. Most members of Parliament debated, emphasizing that this tax is being imposed on agent banking services, yet they are under financial institutions, which the Speaker dismissed.
0.5%, I want us to make a proposal that we make it 0.025% as the valuers do it.
Is that we bring parity, because same tax rule, like you say, same service, same rule.
What I'm saying in this way is that what you're going to bring about is the black market that it will introduce. And what will happen is put my money in Dubai here and I receive it from Chikubo somewhere.
If we are insisting we are going to be charged, an agent banker is going to be charged, that is not correct. If there is an agent banker of Centenary, of Stanbic, of where, that is not correct. They are not going to charge it. We are charging the system.
Speaker asked the House if they should adopt the proposed amendment raised by MP Karim Masaba on the 0.5%, and they agreed.
That we amend as follows: payment of services of withdraw cash provided through payment systems, but does not include withdraw services provided by financial institutions, microfinance deposit-taking institutions, and agents of financial institutions, that is agency banking. We will have
put a question that Clause 3 be amended as proposed by Honorable Karim and the Honorable Chair. Those in favor say and the contrary, nay.
Minister for Youth and Children Affairs, Balam Barugahara, has urged traditional leaders to encourage their subjects to respect the rights of children. Minister Balam was officiating the 20th anniversary for the Kamaswaga of Kochi, Apollo Sansa Kabumbuli II.
The 20th anniversary for the Kamswaga of Kochi, Apollo Sansa Kabumbuli II, took place at the Dwaniro sub-county in Rakai district under the theme, Plant Trees to Protect the Environment. At the event, the central government was represented by Minister for Youth and Children's Affairs, Balam Barugahara, Minister Balam used the opportunity to implore traditional leaders to champion the protection of children's rights. He cited defilement and child marriages as key challenges hindering children, especially girls, from achieving their full potential.
I requested Kamswaga to assist us and he tells these subjects to stop defying and raping and forcing children into marriages. He even himself noted it in his speech that child marriage and forced marriage and early pregnancies are on the rise. So it is a responsibility of the traditional leaders as well as the political leaders like Shinyamatama and the cultural ministers like the foreign minister of Kochi.
The Katukiro of Kochi, Haj Eid Chiwanuka, disclosed to the people of Kochi about the developments that have been achieved in Kochi, including having investors.
Nga tuyambidde ekitongole ekya Just Earth era emiti gibadde gisimbibwa era wetwogerera ng'emiti egisukka mu 2,000 gimaze okusimbibwa mu Kochi yonna naye nga twebaza ekitongole kya Just Earth n'abo team yakulembeddwamu Honorable Fred Kasozi.
The Rakai District RDC Sarah Chiyimba applauded Kamswaga for uniting people of Kochi.
Kamswaga we Kochi nera tukwebaza okuleeta enkulaakulana wano mu Rakai ewali ebyokulaakulanya amataka wano mu Rakai imbidde eddera emiti omuli kalitunsi okusimba amatooke okusimba emmwanyi obulunzi n'okuleeta okwegatta wano mu Rakai mu nsi y'e Kochi.
The Kamswaga Apollo Sansa Kabumbuli II is concerned over the increasing early marriages in Kochi and appealed to the Minister for Youth and Children's Affairs to intervene.
Kochi tulina ekizibu ekyokufumbiza abaana abato. Tulina abaana abalabirira abaana bannaabwe. Ekintu ekyo njagala era kusaba okyanjule mu palamenti nti Kochi
different leaders from cultural institutions, people of different dignitaries attended the anniversary and advised people of Kochi to participate in government programs to fight poverty.
The NRM Secretary General Richard Todwong has urged leaders at all levels from Buganda sub-region that with the available human capital and vast resources, there is no jurisdiction for household poverty in this area. Rather, he argues that what people lack is access to the message of prosperity. Todwong made these remarks during the relaunch of the Chisoboka agricultural campaign in Wakiso district, a drive being led by Godfrey Chiwanda Subi.
The Chisoboka agricultural campaign has been relaunched at an event held at Kavumba Recreation Center in Wakiso district.
Chisoboka okweddiza Buganda.
Godfrey Chiwanda Subi, the NRM Vice Chairperson of Central Buganda, is the campaign's brand ambassador.
If you listen well to the course of NRM, you can make it Chisoboka. The NRM government has come up with many innovations and enabling environment based on 4 core principles of our party.
The launching event has been attended by NRM's top leadership, led by the Party Secretary General Richard Todwong and Minister of ICT and National Guidance, Dr. Chris Bayomosin.
Buganda, you are blessed. You are blessed in the sense that Central Region is a big market. In terms of population, in terms of knowledge, in terms of Central, in terms of everything. I spent 60 to 70% of my income in Uganda. Just like any other person. So who is tapping that money from me? Start from there. My salary, I have to buy food in the local market. I have to buy fuel in the local petrol station. I have to buy all my requirements for myself and my family. So who is supplying me with these things? There are people, the demand is huge. But why are people poor? Because we don't provide them information. Leaders are quiet.
So our RDCs, our NRM leaders, you keep watch of that money and make sure that people receive it. And also we said now we have put a Sacco, you can borrow this money and buy the materials which you want. Instead of waiting for government to bring you materials which are poor quality, now you can get money and buy for yourself.
To some party members, this campaign will on the other hand act as a political catalyst ahead of the 2026 polls.
Yes, we must make a statement, and the statement that we are going to make is a statement that based on economic empowerment.
And we want, at the end of the day, as we reach the time for campaigns, we talk about campaigns, but when people are producing something. That's the difference we are bringing in this time round.
The rebirth event was attended by the district resident commissioners from Central Buganda region, politicians, among others, whose call is to mobilize communities.
We want to connect these factories and industries and agro-processing centers to the economic activities or the local economy of the particular districts.
In July this year, the campaign will be rolling out across the central region, starting from Okono with the president gracing the agricultural expos every Sunday of the event in all the sub-regions. Robert Onyango, UBC News.
Well, UBC News tonight takes a very short break, but we'll return with more stories after these messages.
MTN Mama kutu Sacco live in concert kujahazi PM nyonyo mo hip hop kuna rubale Kurokanga 18 Mei 2024 ena fefe bosi weekend kama goma rapo na nyina freestyle jangola bomwana wakulu kutebika munganiga sasa liva muchamba misala na chinoga tuli marapu melele okinga mtwale bili vya mtwale tano emeza kakande emeza vya milioni 3 downloading MTN Momo app osaliwe kebijula 5 kubuli 10 ku tiketi woguli ko MTN Momo tiketi egula mtwalo gumo ade VIP ebili chitundu tulina ne bote cruise Bitedwa musente MC MTN Momo Givo establishment the angry management.
Over the years, we've dreamed to get onto the world stage. We've had that dream crushed. We've witnessed a total defeat of what could have been our greatest moment. We've felt our spirits go up, only to take a hard fall. We've had our fires burn out and leave only scars. We've seized the wind and had it pulled from our grasp. We've seen pain and we've seen loss of the last fragments of hope. But we are made of resilience, and resilience never stops dreaming. So we will dream even bigger with the Cranes Cup Bowl 2026. Together, let's take Uganda to the next FIFA World Cup.
Together, let's take Uganda to the next FIFA World Cup. For every Now Special you buy, we will give 50 shillings to the Uganda Cranes 2026 fund. You will also get the chance to choose how the Cranes Cup Bowl contributions are spent. Now Special, official beer of the FIFA World Cup and official beer partner of the Uganda Cranes.
Alcohol is not for sale to persons under 18. Please drink responsibly.
Uganda's biggest tourism and travel trade show of the year is here again. The 8th edition of the Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo Poate 2024 under the theme Responsible Tourism will be taking place at the Speak Resort Convention Center, Munyonyo, from the 23rd to the 25th of May 2024. It's your chance to connect with tourism and travel professionals from across the globe. Discover travel holiday deals, packages, and so much more. Visit www.poate.co.ug to register and be part of the event. The Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo Poate is brought to you by the Uganda Tourism Board.
Fellow countrymen and women, especially the Bazukuru, as we work towards realizing Uganda's Vision 2040, it is important that we plan based on accurate information about our people and our resources. I therefore would like to announce the 6th National Population and Housing Census that will start on the 10th of May 2024. The information from the National Population and Housing Census will support government, the private sector, cultural and religious institutions, civil society, and development partners in service delivery. It will also provide the basis for planning the provision of social services such as education, health, and transport, among many others, at the national and local levels. When data collectors or enumerators come to your home during the census, please avail yourselves and provide them with honest answers to their questions. This is in order to enable them to process the most accurate information about you, your household, institutions, and community. I therefore call upon all political, cultural, and religious leaders, private sector players, civil society, the media, and the institutions of the government to support this key national program. The successful execution of this census will influence the well-being of all Ugandans and progress the country towards the desired socio-economic transformation. I wish you all a successful census for God and my country.
Welcome back from that break. And now in more news this evening, Iganga High has awarded 40 million to 2 court process servers attached to Iganga High Court in a case they filed against OCCID Namutumba Police Station Stella Nakunda. The judgment by Judge Apubo Kiboko, the accused Stella Nakunda infringed on the 2 court process servers' rights when she detained them for over 14 hours without any offense.
The offences against OCCID for Namutumba Police Station Stella Nakunda were committed on 14th November 2023 at Namutumba Police Station, where Nakunda decided to detain one Kalusu Mike and Mwesugwa Richard court processors at Iganga High Court without committing an offence. That had gone to report a case of assault of a one Logese Sulaina to whom they had gone to effect court service in a land dispute case. Although OCCID Stella Nakunda denied committing all the alleged offences, Judge Apubo Kiboko, after perusing through the parties' submissions, he found OCC Stella Nakunda guilty of the offences.
Because her conduct is discreditable of the people in police uniform who are paid money or salary from taxpayers' money. And it was clearly a gross breach or abuse of the constitutional mandate of the Uganda police. It is supposed to keep law and order as well as protect people.
In giving his judgment, Apubo was of the view that Nakunda, in detaining the 2 court process servers for 14 hours without an offence, she infringed on their rights.
And the court has also awarded interest as well as costs of the case to my client. So we are clearly delighted. The only thing is that, of course, we are partly not happy with the decision because we had also requested the court to order for her dismissal from the Uganda Police Force.
Besides the 40 million compensation, Court has also ordered Stella Nankunda to make a public apology to the complainants. Lawyer Stephen Kalali for the complainants adds that this will also help to deter potential perpetrators from infringing on civilians' rights.
If she doesn't comply with the payment, we shall go to court and ask for the various modes. We can get a warrant of arrest and have her detained in the civil prison until she pays the money. If not, we shall go for her properties.
Deborah Namamonde, UBC News.
The Parish Development Model is a government program that aims at increasing household income in order to improve livelihood through getting the poor out of subsistence economy into the money economy. The PDM is beneficial in targeting service delivery at parish level to help decentralize and also increase accountability at the local level. Now tonight we take you to Kanungu District, where communities are excited over the Parish Development Model Program. Fans, take a look.
Still living in a subsistence economy, and our team was able to carefully, meticulously identify members of this community who belong to that category. We have been able to deal with 10,603 households so far in the first phase, coming out of 98 parishes of this district. The district has 102 parishes, but 4 of them are new, and so they are not yet in the system. So those in the system, the 98 parishes, all received funds, and all Saccos received the necessary amounts of money, which were successfully disbursed. We had 10,444,379,000 shillings on account disbursed from government for the 98 parishes. But some of the money had spent some time on account. By the time we went for disbursement, this money had made some interest. And so we took advantage of that to be able to disburse 10,579,078,000 shillings. So this amount of money has gone into our population of both males and female, where we have 5,772 females, 400,831 males, and out of these female and male, if we categorize by gender, 2,705 are young people, the youth, who were able to benefit out of this program, and they took about 2.7 billion Uganda shillings.
Ndatandika mpunuka emwe nkagigura emitwaro 22 kandi ndijo nagigura 17 ezasigireho nazikozesa ebibanda ryazo. Ndatekateka ngo zaza kushobora kuzara ejyana birakiraho zari nki 12 kandi buri cyana ndaze kuba ndakiguza emitwaro 6.
Then ninsima government age eyagwanisiriza kuza movement ingisima fitina bwa ruciro ahabwe shonga inkabantura niyo mu turi gukora tumaturira ngo nihishe bitongore tunkabantu benye matatunge sete mbweno no buto bintwijuse kandi tumangu tutwarazitunge kwanga kutwajireho batushomesa twayika kurunaku twazayo esete bazitu twashemeragwa abamwe nkanye nkabantu baninkoranye nakamaka hotel kali kace konka ndikuremwa no kundakore ndikwetiena ishembera nkemotoka mu misho ganje imburwa ngo kunda baza kubagaburira mwene kuna hirigwe NRM yatwesete na rugo munju nabende mu yamakoko nazo munju napangise njuri kurebeka permanent bonire cyampereza amani.
Well, UBC News Tonight takes a short break, but we return with more stories. Don't move an inch.
Ituba Uganda is here, the new licensed operator of the Uganda National Lottery. They have been appointed by the National Lottery and Gaming Regulatory Board as the official operator for a 10-year period, based on their operational excellence in other regions of Africa.
The National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board is dedicated to ensuring that the lottery is transparent, well-managed, and generates substantial revenue for national projects.
Ituba Uganda was selected through a rigorous process for their proven experience, financial stability, and capacity for successful lottery operations.
Ituba Uganda will utilize advanced technology and expertise to offer an unmatched gaming experience for Ugandans. All funds will support vital government initiatives such as infrastructure, education, healthcare, and sports, with a special emphasis on preparing for AFCON 2027.
So, join Ituba Uganda on this journey
of changing and transforming lives.
Welcome back from that break, and now into the business scene. Uganda is moving to establish a white sugar production plant in the central district of Kayunga to cater for the beverage and pharmaceutical sectors. The plant, which is also programmed to produce 12 megawatts of power, will see a boost to the national grid, hence partly addressing power-related industrial challenges. Captain Mike Mukula re-echoed this shortly after witnessing the signing of a memorandum of understanding between Bale Sugar Works Limited and the office of His Royal Highness Sheikh Ahmed Al Qasim of United Arab Emirates.
Not a day goes without one or two Ugandans of goodwill advancing the country's quest towards economic progress.
Queenie Mo.
The latest pursuit in this gesture is the move to produce white and industrial sugar, a product still lacking in East Africa and beyond. Bale Sugar Works Limited in Kayunga district has been zeroed on as the vision bearer for this initiative.
The designs are complete. The sugar permits have been given, granted the licenses. Investment license is done. We are now at what you call the project initiation and implementation.
This has been made actual in this memorandum of understanding. It has been signed between Bale Sugar Works and His Royal Highness Sheikh Ahmed Al Qasim of United Arab Emirates. The idea is partly to aid exportation of white sugar from Uganda to other countries in need.
Industrial sugar is used for the beverage sector, like Crown Bottlers. You have Coca-Cola, which is Century Bottlers, Riham Industries, or Harris Industries, and many other, including the breweries. And you'll know that in the entire region, countries like Kenya do not have white sugar, nor does Tanzania, Rwanda, Burundi, and the DRC Congo, including South Sudan, and possibly all the way up to Ethiopia. So this will tremendously add value to the excess sugar we have in the country.
We are extremely happy to enter into the Uganda market with such a strong partnership. As the office, we see upcoming opportunities. This is just the first step.
The move is not just ending at white sugar production. Power production and generation has been equally programmed at this sugar manufacturing plant,
which will move up to the level of about 12 megawatts. 3 megawatts will be used for production or for internal consumption. 9 megawatts is what will be sold to the national grid. And we intend to work together with the Ministry of Energy and Mineral Resources to implement the power purchase agreement.
Other sector players described the initiative as timely.
And with it, we will grow not only the sugar business, but the business in ethanol and power, and be supplying to the local market and to the region.
And very thankful to have this opportunity to fruitfully collaborate in a multinational cross-lateral trading, giving employment, supporting the United Nations 17 SDGs.
Sugarcane farmers also stand to benefit from Parish Sugar Works, a prominent participant in the sugar manufacturing sector. Henry Okrut, UBC.
Ugandans have been urged to embrace a newly launched Liberty Life Assurance Plan, dubbed KUZA, which is to empower them through financial protection for a brighter future for themselves and their families.
Long journey, it's been a long road. But
Ugandans face challenges related to their life care assurance, and this greatly affects average and marginalized people, a clear example the disabled. Even when, according to the latest industry report, the insurance sector has grown overall by 22%, life insurance is still dragging.
Everybody goes out there from the corporate sector and says, well, we're all insured by Liberty, but they're insured by Liberty at a corporate level. They're not insured at a retail. They've got extended families. They've got people out there that want cover, and they want a brand like Liberty can take care of them. They don't want a brand that is not going to be able to pay a claim at the end of the day. So what they want us to do is, they told us, please bring us a product, or bring us products now, that we can offer to our extended families, to the village, our village elders, our people out there who really need that protection.
In 2022, the life division grew by 102 billion shillings compared to the 162 billion shillings of non-life assurance, according to the Insurance Regulatory Authority Market Report of 2022. To empower Ugandans to transform their savings and financial security as well as change the narrative, Liberty Life Assurance has initiated the KUZA Savings Scheme. At the launch, Danish Muhammad Ekibel, the Chief Executive Officer of Liberty Life, attributed the slow growth in life assurance to the knowledge gaps that exist in the industry.
Life insurance is one area which is missing in the Ugandan landscape. As we know, the insurance penetration in Uganda is a meager 0.86%, while the economy is amongst the fastest growing in the world. So there is a very clear question that comes to mind, that why is the insurance take-up so low? And while we were developing this product, we tried to figure it out through surveys, that what are the inhibitors when it comes to insurance take-up in Ugandan market. The first inhibitor which we found is people are only concentrated on the saving plan, and they miss out upon the protection element, which is very, very important.
I'm Ivan Joko for UBC.
Women entrepreneurs in Shema district are appealing to government to either reduce or totally scrap off taxing of savings and credit cooperative societies. Now this, they say, will help people at the grassroots to access funds to low interest and enable improvement of household income.
President Yoweri Museveni's call to Ugandans to embrace good farming practices like zero grazing has become a bedrock in the fight against poverty. This has mainly benefited women who, however, appeal for respite for interest-free agricultural loans at savings and credit cooperative societies.
I encourage the president to keep supporting these circles, most especially reducing, or if need be, he scraps off the tax we pay as circles because they support the last person on ground. And if these taxes are reduced, surely the bank can also reduce the interest rate, and this will encourage the people to come and borrow money.
Most cases, when one can chase the interest by the end of the year, there are those who find it almost getting to half of what they have attained in form of a loan. But with reduced interest, that one can be better.
The General Manager, Mohammed Financial Services, Amon Namara, thanks government for the 10-year tax holiday that they have used to triple resources to benefit members.
We have increased on the number of the people that we are giving money. We have increased on the amount. If we are giving 2 million, now we are giving up to 400 million. We have increased on the loan period. If you don't have that money, then you cannot be able to get that loan period. Now we can give loans of 3 to 4 years. That is a good and a service to members who can be able to pay at a longer period, but being able to accomplish the need that they had.
Stay fresh. You wanna come preach, I'll be my get. Lighting. Lighting. I did make a lighting up.
Welcome back, and now into the world of sports. 3 Silverfin Academy athletes received their accolades on Wednesday evening at Hill Preparatory School in Nakuru after participating in the successful 4th edition of the Silverfin Pentathlon Invitational. Marshall Miro with more.
Silverfin Academy superstar swimmers received their accolades on Wednesday the 16th at their training grounds in Nakuru. Kala Mogisha, Isaiah Cook and Christian Buisho dominated in their respective age categories at the 4th edition of the Silverfin Pentathlon Invitational.
Silverfin was able to host the pentathlon because it had been so long since we hosted it, and it was a wonderful experience, and it was in the 17 and over category for the girls. I placed first position in the 50 freestyle and then second position in the other 50s. For the future, we have nationals, which is in July or June. I hope to get PBs in my 50 freestyle, 100 freestyle, 50 fly and 100 fly, because they're what I'm training for the most.
I dominated in fly, 50 fly, 50 back and 50 freestyle. In 50 breaststroke, I came second to an ISU swimmer.
What I want to say about the Silverfin Pentathlon, it was fine, and we all enjoyed it. And the races I participated in were 50 fly, 50 back, 50 breast and 50 free.
This swimming event attracted 450 swimmers from Uganda and Rwanda, and the club hierarchy believes there is more in store for future annual events.
We are delighted that it was a success overwhelmingly, and we appreciate the participants, the athletes who demonstrated professionalism, skill, and agility. We're blessed to have over 450 swimmers, and they did their event apart from the 100 IM, which we missed.
Just like other swim clubs in the country, Silverfen Academy will now turn its focus to the 2024 Swimming Nationals set for next month. Mashamiro Victor, UBC News.
Well, that wraps it up in this night's news edition. And I want to thank you so much for keeping us company this evening. And of course, on behalf of everyone who's working behind the scene and myself, we do wish you a good night. But we leave you with Kutesa Mili, who is to give us a weather forecast of what the weather will look like tomorrow. Good night.
My name is Kutesa Mili with your weather update. We are still having sunny conditions dominating most parts of the country. Nevertheless, we'll have those pickups of light showers here and there. Seeing the satellite picture, we're having a low over Indian Ocean that is depriving us most of the moist winds that should have come into our country, hence the reduction in the rainfall. Nevertheless, the few rains that we are having is due to the local effects. Tomorrow morning, we expect to wake up with light showers across parts of Kampala and some parts of Masaka, but the rest of the central will wake up to a bright sunny day. Moving to the eastern stretch, we are seeing a domination of sunny intervals. Going into the western stretch, we are still seeing sunny intervals apart from Mbarara, where we are seeing a sunny conditions. The northern sector, we are expecting to wake up to a bright sunny day. Afternoon hours, we are seeing a pickup of light showers, most parts of the central, Kampala going to Nakasongola, but the rest of the area like Masaka is going to be with sunny intervals at a maximum 29 degrees Celsius across Masaka, and Mubende 27, and capital city Kampala, Nakasongola a little bit higher at 30 degrees. Moving to the eastern afternoon hours, we are seeing a pickup of light showers at a maximum of 30 degrees Celsius across Tororo and Jinja and the nearby areas, all with sunny intervals at a maximum of 31 degrees Celsius. Is moving western stretch, we are seeing a continuation of sunny intervals at a maximum of 30 degrees Celsius across Masindi, Kasese with 32, Mbarara with 29, Kabal Highlands with a lowest of 25 degrees Celsius. The northern sector, we are seeing a continuation of sunny intervals at a maximum of 32 degrees Celsius across Karamoja, moving towards Chetugumu, Gulu, Lila, and parts of Arua with 31 degrees Celsius and sunny intervals. Moving out of Uganda to a few cities across the globe, we are forecasting light showers across the neighborhood of Nairobi at a maximum of 26 degrees Celsius, Dubai with 41 degrees as sunny intervals, and Cairo with sunny conditions at a maximum of 37 degrees Celsius, and London with cloudy conditions at a maximum of 21 degrees Celsius. My name is Kutesa Mili. Stay tuned. See you tomorrow at the same time. Stay tuned.
With deep sorrow, we announce the passing of our beloved mother, sister, and friend, Nalongo Agnes Mugabire of Chebando, Kampala, and friend to many, which occurred on the 14th of May 2024. Vigil is on tonight at the family residence in Senge, Kayunga, Wakiso district. There will be a funeral service and burial on Friday the 17th of May 2024 at the family residence in Senge, Kayunga, starting at 10 a.m. Informed our family, friends, and relatives. For any condolences, contact Dr. Orikiriza Joshua on 0778 271 163 and Annette Nyakwenugura on 0758 888 275. May her soul rest in eternal peace.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Gear up,
grab your running shoes and join the race for life. Run 42, 21 or 5 kilometers to equip Kisoro Hospital's very first ICU. Then, after the finish line, groove all night at the ultimate dance showdown with DJs and performers from Uganda and Kigali. Secure your sport at virungamountainmarathon.org and be a part of history. Save the date, June 1st,